Kshetra kshetragnayo evam antaram jnana chakshusha bhuta prakriti moksham cha ye viduryanti te param. One who knowingly sees this difference between the body and the owner of the body and can understand the process of liberation from this bondage also attains to the supreme goal. So very nice. Prabhupada says these things are for contemplation and realization. Strong words. So it's actually very, very important that our mind is contemplating whole day these things. Man is known by what is in his front of his mind. Correct? What kind of questions, what kind of contemplations, whole day he keeps in his mind. Mostly affected by the social dealings in this world, affected by the anxiety of the material existence. These are not in front of our mind. Correct? Some people are in too much anxiety of material existence. They are sucked for that only. What will happen? Dudila or some other problem. Whole day thinking of that only. And some people thinking of, in the social dealings, this person said that person said that. Anything else is there in people's mind? Mostly this. Parabhavastavad jatam yavana jigyasa atma tattvam. Whole life is a defeat when atma tattva is not in the forefront. So these are all very basic things. Sometimes we read, कितना बारी पढ़ेंगे ये? Soul अलग है, super soul अलग है, body अलग है. Correct? This chapter I think in proper writes is 10 times in different purpose. But the point here is this. These are for contemplation and realization. Yeah. So this should be, many times when we teach to somebody we think about it. But as such we don't think about it. We hear, we teach, then we contemplate. Generally most of the people. They hear. They go, you are not the body, understand, you had a child body, you had a youth body, you had an old body. When we are teaching that, at that time we start thinking about it. When we read, we have no capacity to think and introspect. When we are teaching, that time also no, but through teaching process is going on, that time we start thinking about it. Many people say, when they studied in college, they didn't learn anything, but when to teach the same course to students, that time they learn. Many faculty say, teaching is good, we learn at least. But Krishna consciousness should be on a high principle. When you read, that's how Prabhupada books should be taken. You read, and just like Prabhupada has put just 2 words. Is a contemplation, realization, meditate. Why is he telling that? Again and again, meditate. And that can make your whole reading of Prabhupada books different. You read and keep thinking that thing. For every line Prabhupada is saying, keep repeating in your mind again and again. Keep thinking, why did he say that? And the instruction. Hold the instruction. You may read just one purport in a day, but hold that in your heart for a whole day. That is good quality of a devotee. Otherwise something else you will hold. It will not be very interesting. So this is actually how do the Gyanis do it. They understand the body is made of 24 elements. And Sankhya, they do counting. And then after that, soul is separate from that. Basically process of Neti. I am not this body, I am not this. Na iti, I am not this, I am not this, I am not this, I am not this. And finally they conclude, I am spirit soul. But the property of the spirit soul only opens up in relation to the Supreme Lord. The soul in relation to the Supreme Lord opens up actually its glorious nature. It's like a spark in relation to the fire starts glittering. Therefore Prabhupada says consciousness means Krishna consciousness. Very nice statement. Consciousness means Krishna consciousness. So the consciousness, the property, the soul actually manifest in relation to the Lord. When it connects to the Lord, just like a spark glitters when connected to the fire. Otherwise it does not glitter. So just soul is separate from the body is not actually, soul is not manifesting its full qualities. But when the soul connects to the Lord, then it starts glittering and it starts manifesting its wonderful quality and exhibits a real consciousness. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakta Sadhu Kabana Shavanadi Shuddha Chitta Karan Udaya. It starts manifesting its original nature. That's all hidden in the soul. So awakening the soul doesn't mean only understanding I am separate from the body. That is not full awakening of the soul. As impersonal is saying, the soul is still not awakened, because soul is awakening means it is a servant of Krishna. That is fully awakened soul. Totally, its all wonderful devotional qualities are open when it contacts the Lord in pure devotional service. So the most of the people, what happens? Where are they? They are cheated by the so-called scientific propaganda that we are product of material nature. There is no idea. Medical field, anybody even an idea? How was it? They don't even have a conception of the soul. For them, brain, mind and soul is one. True? It's one, no? And mind is some stimulus of the nerve endings and some kind of experience created by some nerves. That's it. That's their mind. And soul doesn't exist for them. They don't talk about the soul. That's in the medical field. They never talk about the soul. You cannot in any analysis and all bring out the soul. They'll not give you a degree. No, they have started talking about it, but they're very, very vague. Very vague. Very vague. Therefore Prabhupada says, unless you hear from the Shastra, you cannot tell what it is. This is not this. There is no this. There is not neti you can do. What it is, you cannot say. The Prabhupada says for even so many things. So they can say what it is. What it is, they cannot say. In fact, including for matter, what it is, you cannot say. You do not know what you are dealing in front of you. We are only living in a world of experience. That is the Sankhya. What it is, you do not know. We cannot say what it is. What it is, you can say what the Shastra says. Therefore, when you change to that, you fix yourself in Shabda Pramad. Then you are hearing, because you know this is what Krishna is seeing what it is. And it is your vision becomes so perfect. Shrotriyam. Today we are reading the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita and movement. Iti Shushrama, Arjuna says, I heard from authorities. And Prabhupada, that purport, actually something else going in that chapter. The mood is something else in the first chapter. Arjuna's problem, he doesn't want to fight. Correct? But moment he says, Utushra, Prabhupada, this is the way to learn. See, he's telling in Parampara, I have heard like that. I have heard, this is the way to learn. This is the way to learn. Wait, this is the way to learn. Iti Shushrama. Because this is the way to learn actually, to hear from authority. And then when this is done, Prabhupada says you are very fortunate. Everybody is accepting some authority. Just like many times when you're talking to people say, they say, referring to the scientist. So when Prabhupada was debating with his devotees who are, behaving like scientists, so Prabhupada said, if you have they say, I also have they say. What is this? Only you have authorities, I don't have authorities. We have so many great authorities who are realized souls. Not only these things, that body, soul and God are different, is spoken by Krishna directly to Arjuna. These things have been verified by experience of so many great devotees. So they are our authorities. In Ayurveda today, they agree soul is different from the body. But they agree about Paramatma also. They say mostly I think all infested is Advaita. They say that this much Ayurveda definitely agrees body is different from the soul. But they talk about Paramatma in the heart, they don't talk about that. But they do talk about taking blessings of the Lord. That is there. I think before giving medicine itself, you pray to the Lord. No? But Paramatma present in the heart, witnessing our activity is not discussed.
Exact place is not discussed.
But it is agrees Paramatma accompanies the soul. Because great. Actually, your medicine system is correct. One day all allopathy medicine will be banned. Everything is speculation. What is called speculation? Speculation, it is such a thing. It's a different culture. In a devotee community, we say somebody, Prabhuji is speculating, means he is doing something very sinful. It is so much we are used to Shabda Praman. We'd be scared to hear of speculation. But allopathy, we can say just Prataksha Praman. Just they speculate and they do some research and they sit and they get some data and they sit and speculate. And then for everything they have 10 theories. They don't know which is correct. And they are asking Ayurvedic medicine should be tested. Why it should be tested? It is Shabda Praman. It is given by Dhanvantari, but they are forcing. Otherwise, they are banning Ayurvedic medicines. And you have to spend hundreds of crores of rupees to establish one medicine is Pakka. You know that. Because thousands of trials have to be done. It is so expensive, the whole process. But they have to do now with the Rakshasi world. They will not accept. They will go ban. Even in India, they may ban the medicines. In Europe, they have banned so many medicines. Homeopathy, they are totally banned. Even Ayurveda, there are so many places they are banning. Because they say, our system you have to follow. Why you have to follow your system? Your system is, a speculation is done, then a medicine is created, then a medicine is tested on rats. But here we don't speculate. We take from Dhanvantari and we distribute, correct? The origin is Dhanvantari for all the Ayurvedic medicines. Yes. So we don't speculate at all. The same way here, the separation of the soul, body and the Lord, we don't speculate. We take the information from here. And the whole life can become different. The whole world view of a devotee is different. It looks in a totally different. It's not a small thing. This much looks very small. It can revolutionize a total consciousness of a person. Prabhupada says that when Bharat Maharaj left the kingdom and he went to the forest, so some people, and his renunciation was so strong, he looked at the kingdom, he looked at as if he just malavat, as you look at a stool after we go away. Previously people used to go to open places to pass stool. Nowadays they put in a pit and they spend 1,000 tons of water to push it and throw in the river and spoil the river. This they call themselves intelligent in doing that. Previous systems are better actually. A pit system is better than this drainage system. Don't want to talk about it before Prasadam, but it doesn't make sense to me. They say they are intelligent. Everywhere they are mad actually. Everywhere they are mad. So, yeah. So Bharat Maharaj, when he left the kingdom, he looked as if you look at a stool after passing. Correct? You go to the open field or you'll have some. Generally in the villages they will have some small kuti kind of thing and they will have pit. People go, that's the best way. Whole area is also fertilized. I don't have to spend tons of water and do all that. So then, just like leave the stool that is the kind of detachment he had. He had wives at home. He had children at home. He was a king. Next king was ready already. The Brahmachari Grahastha, Vanapras. We are not saying to leave Grahastha ashram. But there is a stage called Vanapras, correct? There is a stage called Vanapras. When children are well settled and at the time the person used to go for spiritual development. Generally husband wife used to go together till 75 years. And then nowadays nobody lives more than 75 years, correct? They go for pilgrimage. And then after that, they used to, today even I think 50 to 75, they don't even have a health to move around in pilgrimage. They don't have the health. And 75 to 100 now, the wife used to come back home at 75 years and stay on the protection of the children, because woman always needs some protection. And the husband will travel and take sannyas. That used to be the system. I think no objection for that. Correct? 75 years more if you survive, go. No problem. do what you want. Anyway. So Bharat Maharaj, he was quite young. But definitely next king was ready, his child was ready. But he was still able. If he would have wanted, he could have ruled. Walked out of the kingdom. And the way he looked is Malavat. So Bhagavatam comments on that his renunciation cannot be compared with anybody. It is said just like small birds that jump on the tree from one branch to another branch. How much they jump? Little. And eagles fly in the air. Can you compare their flying? Is there any way you can compare? What is the jumping from branch one leaf to another leaf and somebody flying miles in the air? So similarly, we may say, I understand this. What is the level of realization? Minimum. Very, very small. Very, very small. Minimum. I was just reading today when the residents of Vrindavan were in acute distress because of the rain. And Krishna lifted the Govardhan. All the residents of Vrindavan just were so absorbed in seeing Krishna's beautiful face. They did not bother to eat for 7 days. Correct? Nobody even felt hunger and thirst. That's true. Krishna's Yogamaya also arranges. But they were so happy just seeing Krishna's face. So happy. So much and intense. So what you can compare our love to there? What can we compare? And then Krishna kept the hill down. They're all blessing him, hugging him. So much intense developed love for Krishna. And where is ours? So mainly advancement in Krishna consciousness means jnana and vairagya. So this jnana is not dry jnana. It is good. Today we went to somewhere and somebody came and that lady was singing the shlokas of Gita. She knows all. 700. She was singing, not only just reciting, character by character, just singing so sweetly. You can all Sandhi Vichhed is very clear and singing the verses. Very, very pleasing. So it is good. But at the same time, not only the academic reading of Gita is important. What is important is realization. How much that thing reflects in your day-to-day life. When great disaster happened for Arjuna, when Krishna disappeared from the world, at that time Arjuna was an unimaginable pain because he could not bear separation from Krishna. Correct? He could not bear separation from Krishna. At that time Arjuna was in tears. Very difficult way. In the first canto he could tell Yudhishthira Maharaj how Krishna is no longer in his Prakata Leela. Now he is Aprakata. He has gone back to Vaikuntha. His pastimes are winded up. And he could not hold himself. He was crying and crying. Then Bhagavatam says he started remembering the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. And by that he became very calm. So similarly, it is not just for reading. It is for contemplation and realization. Because this contemplation and realization will make you practically implement Gita in your life. Otherwise it will remain some theory. And my heart is still in the being dragged by material concepts. Prabhupada uses the word here, material. Yes, a lot of times he uses the word material concepts. Material concept means product of the three modes of material nature. All concepts derive from Maya. And we will still be dwelling in that. We will not be able to sit on the spiritual platform. So we will come to the spiritual platform by regularly hearing the Shabda Praman. This is the vibration from the spiritual world. Shabda Brahma. Just like we chant Hare Krishna, it is Shabda Brahma. It is spiritual vibration. Vibration. Golokera Prema Dhani Harinam Sankirtana. What you understand it is Golokera Prema Dhani. You don't understand that. That actually the fact that it is borrowed from the spiritual world. The same way this message of Bhagavad Gita, it is borrowed from the spiritual world. So to the degree more and more we attentively hear, keep the life pure, then realizations will manifest. And then this book will feel like another thing. It will become another world. It will become a book of intense love of Krishna. Just like the gopis are again and again hugging Krishna, you will hug the book. The Bhagavad Gita is so nice, so nice. We don't feel like that. Many people, Bhagavad Gita is some concepts and they have not read Bhagavad Gita properly. Bhagavad Gita is the lowest level of reading is thinking it is some concepts. The lowest level of reading. More or less useless. The second level of reading is you see it as the feelings of the great acharyas, the feelings of Krishna. Second level. And third level of reading is you understand it as the orders of Krishna. Dharmam tu shakshat bhagavat pranitam. I explained it many times. You understood this concept? Did you get this? When you meet somebody, the first level is that, because this is a person speaking, no? What is the first level? Something is speaking, some philosophy. Okay. What is the second level? His feelings. And what is the third level? His orders. So this is actually the highest level of Prabhupada. Therefore is saying, keep contemplating and realizing it, because at the most advanced level, Bhagavad Gita is the person Krishna, not just some concepts. And person Krishna expressing his desires, expressing his will, and definitely he is given a wonderful philosophy. It will manifest at different levels depending upon the way we are relating. Correct? True? Deities also are at the same three levels. First level, yeah, beautiful deities, yeah, very nice decoration. Good, good. Second levels, darshan, you completely feel whole mind, senses numb and some spiritual vibration just taking darshan of the deity. That is second level. You feel so nice. That is now your darshan has started. First one was as if you are seeing something. The darshan didn't start in the first level. Second level, you start feeling the presence of the Lord. And the third level, you take the orders of the deities. Yes, my Lord, what is your order? And the Lord orders actually. We had Madhavendra Puri being ordered. But we are also going. Go. You can take darshan. Srinath ji mein hai, deity hai. Gopal deity that Madhavendra Puri had, that is there. Even now the deities are जाओ ना, orders लेके आओ. कहाँ order? हम first level में हम the deity देखते हैं. अब these deities are also very old deities actually. So the features that they made those time, it will not be so sharp. Just like you go Udupi, no, it will not be so sharp like those. But that is not the way to take darshan of the deities. We go darshan, we say, oh, how beautiful is the nose. This is not the way to see. Definitely we see the form. But because we are at the lowest level, we sometimes cannot appreciate. Agree? Sometimes the deities will be very, very old. So as the time goes, the things will not be in the same perfect fashion. So we do not know actually how to take darshan of the deities. Therefore, it is best to see the lotus feet of the Lord, because we do not know how to see above. And the second platform is that you feel the presence of the Lord, and you feel the heart of the Lord. You pray for the mercy of the deities. It's the second. Please have some compassion on me. Correct? Now your darshan has started. And the third level, my Lord, please give me some orders. That not everybody gets. Srila Prabhupada ki, Bhagavad Gita ki.